Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah. Thank you for joining me today. We've got a lovely routine, very gentle Pilates flow routine that's ideal for mornings or just whenever you've got a few minutes during the day for a little bit of a reset or some time for yourself. No equipment needed, just your lovely self. So whenever you're ready, let's begin. All right, we'll start seated toward the end of the mat so that we can roll down into supine. So make sure you have your feet down and the knees and feet are hip width apart. You can just place your hands behind your knees, relax your shoulders, and then lift your breastbone. So lift your chest. Let's stay nice and open here, shoulder blades flush with the back, and that's lengthened your spine. And you should be on your sit bones, okay? You can feel those little bony parts underneath each of your buttocks. Now we're going to take our arms out in front and we'll be rolling back to supine using the strength of our abdominals. So let's breathe in first through the nose. When you breathe out, do it through your mouth and draw your tummy button in. Now lower the ribs, come off your sit bones, and let's go slowly and with control into a lovely full body stretch. So you can lengthen the legs and arms overhead and then flex your ankles. So turn your toes up, stretch the back of the legs. And now you can place your arms by your sides. Okay, so palms down, pop your feet back on the floor, bringing the legs back to that crook position with the knees and feet hip width apart. All right, let's start to warm up. We're going to start with the lower back, a couple of pelvic tilts. And before we do, let's draw the tummy button in. Okay, so fire up your core muscles. You're going to hold that there. And then the next time we inhale, gently tip your pelvis forward so you get a little gap between the lower back and the floor, which will then close as we tip the pelvis backward on the out breath. So breathing in through the nose on that forward tilt and out through the mouth as we rock backwards. Just massaging the back of the pelvis. Make sure you go slowly and with control. Good. Very gentle movement. We're going to be using this to go up into our full shoulder bridge, so the full length of the spine, and we're going to do it gradually, so bit by bit. Now before we do, make sure you keep your palms down and the back of your upper arms very gently pressed into the floor. And then the next time you tip your pelvis backwards, you're going to come up a couple more vertebrae, okay? And then roll back down nice and slowly. So exhale, just coming up that little bit more, that you start to lift the back of the rib cage. Okay, good. We're going to make our way up a little bit more toward the shoulders. So we've got another few repetitions. So just gently work your way up. That's it, lovely. Try not to flare the ribs as you come up, okay? Just keep the back of your arms gently pressed down. Last couple. So we're all the way into our full shoulder bridge here, and we're going to hold the last one up. Nice and steady. Perfect. Now let's take the left arm, reach it overhead, and then you're just going to swap arms. So left arm down, right arm back, and repeat. So stay nice and still in the bridge for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now make sure both arms overhead and roll down slowly through your spine. And then you can bring each knee towards you. Give them a hug, give them a squeeze, and circle them around just a couple of times in each direction, just to massage the lower back. All right, we're going to stay in supine a little longer. So if you just pop your feet back down, keep the legs in crook. Remember, knees and feet hip width apart. Arms by your side, palms down. But then just widen your arms away from your body, just a little bit, maybe so that your hands are just on the outside of your mat and you've got the back of your upper arms pressed gently into the floor to help to balance you, help to anchor you as we do our next exercise, which is knee rolls. Now, before we do this, let's fire up the abs, switch on those core muscles. So draw your navel in, you're going to hold them there, and then very slowly we'll take the knees to the floor on the right. And when you get there, take a nice deep breath in. Now let's exhale to come back to center using the strength of your tummy muscles. And then you're going to go over to the left. So it's going to be exhale to the middle. Inhale to the sides, really slowly. And you should feel that stretching out the outside of the body, around the waist, so the back of the pelvis and into the hip at the front. You can feel that really opening the hip there as you land the knees. So nice and slow and with control. Last ones, okay, we'll do one more over to the other side. And then we're going to come back to center. Perfect. Now, when you get there, just relax your shoulders, relax your hips, and bring your arms back down by your sides. All right, let's do some very gentle abdominal strengthening. You can keep your arms by your sides, but just turn the palms up. Let's switch our abdominal muscles on. So very gently draw your tummy button in, and then you're going to bring your right leg to tabletop. So that's the knee above the hip, shin level with the floor. Keep it there and do the same with your left leg. Perfect. Okay, now you're going to place your right foot back down, then the left foot, and then we're going to do it all in the opposite direction. All right, so it's going to be left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. You get the idea? Let's keep it going. Shoo, 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 shoo. Little exhales every time or every step of the movement. Keep the lower back very gently pressed down here as well. Okay, so it keeps your pelvis in place. It stops it tilting forward as you bring the legs to tabletop. Just tightens you through your middle a little bit more. All right, last ones, but we're going to be bringing our legs into tabletop and just holding them there so that we can bring in the upper body and really work those abdominals a little bit more. Okay, so make sure you keep your navel drawn in. Now from here, you're going to lift your head and shoulders slowly and reach your arms forward just a little bit, keeping the arms floating by your sides, but the back of the shoulder blades, keep them flush with your back and a nice long neck here. And then you're going to bring the feet back down one at a time and then relax the head and shoulders. Bring your arms back down. Let's do it together, okay? So it's going to be left, right, up, left, right, down. Okay, and then right, left, up, right, left, down. Keep it going. Shoo, 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 shoo. Takes a bit of concentration, this one as well. Lovely. Nice and steady and with control. Last couple. I was a bit premature with my head there. Last one. Good. And if you hold this, take hold of the back of the thighs and gently rock yourself to seated. And when you get there, keep the knees and feet hip width apart. You might just want to move your feet forward slightly so that you can come onto your sit bones. And then we're going to try and find that lovely lengthened spine again, like we did at the start of the routine. So keep the shoulders relaxed, lift your breastbone, shoulder blades flush with your back. And now take your arms out in front of you so they're parallel to the floor. Good. This next exercise is really nice and stretchy for the upper body. So try and stay lengthened through your spine. You're going to start with your right arm, okay? Keep the left arm where it is, but gently open it up and round the back. Then come back again, face forward. You can do the same on the other side. So reach around and back. And then forward again. Try and breathe in as you reach round and back. So you're breathing out on the return so that you can really open the chest when you're reaching backwards. Stay on the sit bones. Stay long and relaxed around the neck and shoulders so you're not hunching them up here. Good. Feel that lovely stretch around the chest, into the pectorals. Lovely. You can sit on a cushion here, by the way. If you're finding this uncomfy around your hips, do elevate the pelvis slightly. So if you do this routine again, you might want to do that. Okay, last one. Okay, and then we'll relax, giving the shoulders a very gentle roll again. Perfect. All right, we're just going to come into all fours. So just make your way to the middle of your mat and bring yourselves onto your hands and knees. But then from here, we're going to walk forward with the hands and come down onto the tummy. So into prone. And then widen out your legs. You might want to take them wider than your mat for this and come onto your elbows. And make sure your elbows are underneath the shoulders. Forearms are down, the palms are down, and we just need to make sure we're nice and neutral and strong across the shoulders. So to do that, just press your elbows down, or if it helps you, press your forearms down, if that makes more sense, and then lift your tummy button so that your body is not on the floor. All that's on the floor is the front of your legs and the pubis. Nice little stretch for the thighs, this one. Okay, all you're going to do, we'll start with the left leg. So if you're mirroring me, it's my right, but it'll be your left. You're going to bend the knee and bring the heel towards your bottom. Relax it slightly and then bring it back in. Good. And then point the toes to relax the leg. On the other side, so heel, heel, toes and down. Shoo, shoo, and down. Now, make sure that you don't sink down with your body. Don't let your ribs sink down. Stay nice and strong around the shoulders. Good. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Lovely. So you should feel that around the front of the thighs, up toward the hips. Perfect. Last couple. Last one here. Perfect. Okay, now from here, you can stay exactly where you are. Keep the elbows under the shoulders, hands down on the floor. Make sure you haven't dropped your ribs. Remember, just press gently into the floor, tummy button up, and we're going to gradually come into back extensions. Okay, so just pay attention to how this one feels. Now, on your next inhale, push into the floor gently and just see that lifts your elbows just a couple of centimeters. Place them down and repeat. So you're going to inhale, exhale. When you land your elbows, again, just keep your tummy button up, keep the ribs off the floor, shoulder blades back and down. You can gradually come up higher and higher, but don't force it. Pay attention to how it feels along the spine. So any discomfort, obviously you mustn't do it. Let's do this with control. Some very gentle strengthening of the back of the upper arms, really getting into your triceps, as well as building that flexibility along the spine. Okay, last one. Okay, now stay on your elbows, keep your tummy button up, both legs together now. Let's bend the knees and bring the heels in for those 2 counts. Point the toes to come down, and then add a back extension. Onto the elbows. Heel, heel, toes. Back extension. You should be really feeling that down the back of your arms. Good stuff. Inhale. 2 little exhales. Good. And last one. Well done. Brilliant. Now relax, bring your hands a little closer towards your shoulders or underneath your shoulders. You can keep your legs wide, but bring yourself to all fours. Bring the toes together, try and sink back all the way onto your heels, and then reach your arms out in front of you. So you're lowering your chest, and if you turn your palms up, relax your head, you can have a nice little shell stretch. It's quite nice to sort of sway the hips very gently from side to side as well. All right, now place your palms down and walk your hands towards your knees so that you can come to kneeling. Make sure you're on your heels. Just bring your knees together. If you need to give your shoulders a really gentle roll to get rid of any residual sort of tension around the neck here, you can do. And we're going to finish on a little bit of a chest stretch. Okay, so to do this, just relax your arms. You're going to take your hands, place them behind your back so that your fingers are interlaced. Now gently squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift your chest. So you're opening your chest very gently. Extend your arms and reach them up slowly. Not too high, just enough that you can feel a nice stretch across the chest and into the front of the shoulders. And then you can relax your arms here and again roll the shoulders very gently. We're going to come to the middle of the mat now to finish on a couple of deep cleansing breaths. Okay, so we're going to stay kneeling for this. Shoulders back and down, relax your arms. All right, take a nice deep breath in through the nose as we reach up. We're going to breathe out through the mouth as we bring our arms down. And let's do it twice more. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Last one. Fabulous. I genuinely hope that you enjoyed that and that you're feeling a bit more energized and ready for the rest of your day ahead. If you did enjoy the workout, do remember to give the video a like and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And finally, just to say thanks again for moving with me today, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.